Hello, people. It's me again. Yes, you can't get rid of me now. I've got the idea of all this live streaming malarkey. Just a quick one, really. I've come into the studio before I start on the. I've got a couple of tracks. I've got a backing track that I've got to arrange and finish off for somebody with the guitar parts. First thing for me is a little bit of practice, because over the last few weeks, would you believe, with lockdown, I've not had that much opportunity to get some practice done. I've been working on a lot of online projects for people, mixing and mastering the material, and online tracking of guitar parts for everyone. So it's become a bit of a strange one, I suppose, really, to try and get on the guitar. And I've noticed a little bit of sloppiness in my playing. Well, possibly it's one of those things where I might be a little bit OCD with guitar. If I don't get to play, I start to get a little bit crazy, you know. And my wife just doesn't quite grasp the concept that something that you've tried to do and get better at all your life, when you suddenly stop it, you go into a bit of a meltdown. You become guitar institutionalized, if there's any such thing. So I don't know whether there is or there isn't, but what I've looked at is how sloppy my pick and left hand have become. So I'm going to go back to a few basics for a week, and I'm just going to pick on a major scale, 3-note per string pattern, and I'm just going to play it with hammer-ons and pull-offs and pick each string once. So basically, I'm going to be doing this type of thing. So if we take a C major scale, 8th fret, okay? When I pick this, I'm going to pick it with an economy picked technique. It's more like a sweep from one string to the other, really. And I find that this helps to tighten up and synchronize left and right hands. I'm not looking at speed at first, but this is what I will do with this. I'll probably do this for maybe 20 minutes to half an hour every day now, just to tighten up just the one exercise. And I'll probably do it in various positions. So for me, this is the way that I would do it. I would go. Now, do you notice what I do with the pick? I let my pick go. Da, 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 da. So I stop and rest on the next string when I've picked through. So I'm just pushing the pick through the string. I'll let it fall onto the next string, and then I'm perfectly lined up. I can't get any more accurate than that for the next pick on the string, because the pick just has to literally fall through the string. So I'm doing this type of thing. And then same thing when I'm coming up, I just drag the point of the pick a little bit the opposite way. So, whoops, see why I need the practice? Now, why I do this exercise is there's a couple of benefits to this, really, for me. Is one, it improves my palm muting. You've probably heard a couple of those examples then. You might hear a few overtones ringing in the background. So straight away, my old brain is going, I need to just tighten up on the palm muting. And it's timing up this left and right hands for me as well. The next thing I'd probably do is I'd look at... playing it in various positions. And then over the course of a week or a few days, I'll try and bring in some speed with it. I'm probably not going to do this to a metronome, which goes against all the trends and everything that you're already told on YouTube to practice. And I do every day use a metronome at some point when I can get on the guitar. But this, I like to just be able to sort of freestyle it, dare I say, in a little bit, where I'll once I've got the ascending and the descending pick tightened up with the left hand, what I'm probably going to do then is just literally swap it around. So I'll ascend and descend with a mixture of patterns. Whoops. So see where it starts to lead to, you know, and that's just literally this pick pushing through like that. And you get quite good at when you swap and change the direction in different parts of the scale pattern. What you end up doing is it means that because you're thinking constantly about that movement change, you don't go into autopilot like you would do if you were just doing the same repetitive movement over and over. You just start to go, ooh, what's going on in the world? Let's have a look what's on TV or Facebook. Because subconsciously you're just driving up the scale and down the scale and up the scale. But when you change that pick direction halfway through, or 2 strings, and then 3 strings, 2 strings, and 4 strings, it makes you concentrate and focus on the whole thing for the time that you're going to practice. So I'll probably, for me, do a nice, see again, nice 5 minutes of just getting everything sort of synced in. So the potential there, I suppose, is the sky's the limit. You can just keep going as long as you want to go. So the ultimate goal of that over the course of a week or so, and I'm going to try and put a different pattern up on a live stream for you each week, as well as the other content that I'm throwing out there. It's great having a bit more time, you know, because normally I'm snowed under with lessons, and obviously with the lockdown, the lessons have diminished. I'm still doing a lot of Skype stuff. You know, I always get loads of lessons. But for me, it's great to be spending a lot more time on the guitar again and doing a lot more production work for people online. So the studio's shifted in a slightly different direction. It's still very busy and still got a lot of clients coming in. I've got a guy coming in this afternoon that's going to be doing some 808 kick drum production. Want some tutorials on that. I actually do music production courses now. I've just become an exam centre for the rock school syllabus, so we can do the music production online for you as well. And you can get your gradings in music production through the studio, which is fantastic to be able to offer all that to all the clients as well. So for me, the studio's gone in a slightly different direction. I've got some great mixes coming up as well. I'm going to show you those very soon. Loads of singles coming out from the students that come and work hard and sign on the little label. So it's all going great, you know, and the best thing about it is I get to play guitar again, which is, I suppose, when I look back at it, it's my baby, really. I'll never be the best guitar player in the world, as I'm sure we all understand that play, but it's just something that gets under your skin, and it's a fantastic thing, and it's brilliant, you know. So that's what I will be looking at. And once I've done the C major scale, going back to that in that position, I'll then try it in all the modes of the C major scale, really, you know, where we'll be. And then, whoops. And so on, you know, and practice that same technique of this little push through the string where you're keeping that pick accurate. Literally, it just literally does this, my pick. I can't get any better lined up for the next string to pick it than doing that, can I, really? That's as good as it's going to get. So that's a pretty cool way of making sure you've got the most effective and efficient. So it's a little sweep in a way. It's like a sweep. Instead of playing an individual note on sort of on each string, you're playing 3 notes on each string, and then you're sweeping through, really. So again, it really helps to sync this left and right hand picking problem that I suffer with a lot. It seems to find it out. And the other part for me is when I'm looking through this exercise, there always seems to be a fluff at the ending. See what I mean there? And that's lack of palm music. And that is probably the end turnaround of the phrase there when you go. So sometimes I would loop that over and over. because that's the bit that sort of screws me over, is the little fingers 3 and 4. If you've looked at any of the videos in the past, it's an ongoing nightmare for me, that. But it's probably because I do it crazily for maybe 2 months and then neglect it for 6. So I'm not going to sustain that progress. I've got to get a decent practice routine in place and stick with it. So have a little try of that, see how you go, and I'll show you the progress over the course of the next few days. And then I'll show you a couple of extra shapes that I put in there, and then I'll show you how I incorporate pick then, so that I'll economy pick some of these shapes for you, and we can go on this little journey together, which would be pretty cool, won't it? So I'm going to sign off. I've got loads to get on with now. I'm just going to have another 15 minutes on this, and then I'll start the mixing stuff that's in for the day and get ready for the guy that's doing his 808 kick tuition in music production. And I'll see you very soon. Take it easy, push the end stream button, Chris. There we go. See you soon. Bye.